Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool and this is Gems of War. And today we're going to be going over the Yellow Tower of Doom and the weekly preview for the week of October 7th, 2024. It's Drifting Sands week. So we'll do Drifting Sands, Underspire, Epic Trials, Event Key Drop Table, Traitstone, Glory Shop, all that good stuff. But we'll start with the Tower of Doom and do some teams for that. Let me set up the stream here and we'll get going. Let's see how fast I can do this. Alright, gotta erase that. Come on, speed run it. Speed run it. Alright, add the thumbnail. Come on, I got one. Does it sound okay, everybody? Does it sound alright, Mark? See you there, Mark. Got my thumbnail. Come on, baby. Load it up. Downloads. Come on. Where's it at? Pop it up. There it is. Okay, come on. There we go. Open. Think I got it. Playlists. Gems of War live streams. Done. Okay, no, I'm not AI. I got some tags there, kinda. And the game is Gems of War. Gems of. Did our last Puzzle Quest 3 stream yesterday. Went pretty good. It's a fun game. We're going to try something new, though, going forward, most likely. Marvel Puzzle Quest, if you're interested at all in that. We might play that Thursday. If not Thursday, then Sunday. Just so you know. And I got to go jump into the chat here. Live. There it is. Hopefully I have this on mute. Hit that like button, turn in your ticket to the train. Got Crow. I just muted. Come on, mute. Mute. I pushed it. Okay. There, I had to push it twice. So Mark, Crow, Maka, CCR. How's it going? Sound is good? Maka stopping by to say hi, then you're out. Alright, well have a good day. Thank you for saying hi. Hi back. Let's see how quick I... Ooh, only 2 minutes. We're getting there. We're close. We're close. I could maybe do this. Just hit that like while you're waiting. Doot. Maybe leave something in the chat. I got my Tower of Doom map up on Terran's World, so I'm ready on that side. Okay, is it all ready? Let's do monetization. Let's set it on the lowest setting, like always. Conservative, lower earnings potential. Save. Got it. And then double check everything. Oh, I gotta put the intro. Where's my keyboard? Intro. 0000. Bang. Save. Alright, I think I'm ready to go. So, Yellow Tower of Doom. Tower of Doom. Start at the 4-minute mark. We're doing great today. I didn't take way too long. So Tower of Doom. I'm gonna do teams. High, mid, and low. Ridia's here. Good morning. So, Tower of Doom is a guild event, and it is the only one where you actually have to go and do something with the guild instead of just like doing fights and winning fights and collective score leads you to rewards. Like in this one, there's scouts, and there's a spot where the scouts post like which rooms you're supposed to go into. So it's more of a collaborative effort of like you have to be a team. So early on Monday, usually a scout will go through every single room. So that's a scout's job. Their scout is not just to find the unlock. It's not just to record the unlock. The scout's job is to go into every single room so everybody else doesn't have to. It costs a sigil to go in every single room. So a scout is going to buy it further in the shop. They're going to have more turns. They're going to go in every single room. They're going to record what's in every single room on either like Terran's World or your guild chat or a external chat, something like that. Your guild will be different. Every tower is different. So your guild will have the same tower. Like me and Mark have the same tower layout because we're in the same guild. Me and Ali have the same tower layout because we're in the same guild. But me and like Rich Smith probably don't have the same tower layout, right? It's per your guild. So your guild will have to have scouts. Your scouts will go in every single room. They'll go to somewhere like Terran's World. They'll put in what's in every single room. And then everybody else that's not a scout will only go in the unlocks, the lucks, the fireballs, the heroisms, the hastes, stuff like that. It depends. You know, those are the good rooms at least. So some guilds may do power, some guilds may do magic, some guilds may say don't do haste. Some guilds are different, but for the most part, 90% of people are going to be doing unlock. Makes it to the next. You know, unlock allows you to fight the boss room and get the points. Luck gives you double points. Fireball lets you clear a room without even fighting it. So you just click a button, you use your fireball scroll, you clear the room without even fighting it. Heroism scroll lets you clear an entire floor without even fighting one fight. You just click on the boss room, you click heroism scroll, and it clears the entire floor. The only thing with those is you don't get the rest of the stuff in the other rooms, so you want to be selective of when you use a heroism scroll. Like, you want to use it high up in the tower, and you want to use it on a floor with no, like, lucks or fireballs or heroisms on it. So you want to do a floor with just an unlock, basically, that's up in the 20s, probably, with your heroism scroll. Fireball scroll you want to use up high in the tower. You don't want to just use it right away or anything. You want to clear a room that's more difficult. And yeah, that's basically everything. Haste will give you... Haste is a free... It's a free room. So if you go into the haste room, it's free. You don't use a sigil, and it gives you a chance at getting a Valraven and getting extra turns and stuff. So if you already have enough turns, like you're 100% sure you have enough turns, you really don't have to do the haste rooms if you don't want to. But then later on, you could double up on sigils if you're just trying to get to a certain floor. So there's no harm, no foul doing haste at all. Like, it's just like a time thing. If you want to go a little bit faster, maybe you don't do haste. But if you're on floor 24 and you did all the hastes up until then, you might have extra sigils. You might be able to get like 100% extra stats or 200% extra stats. And then are you really wasting time when you went into those haste rooms because now you're clearing out the higher floors easier? I don't know. I think you might as well do the haste rooms. So yeah, just follow your scout's advice. They're there to save everybody else in the guild gems. They're there to save everybody else in the guild time. They're there to save everybody else in the guild sigils. That's what the scouts are there for. So, you know, you're not going to just have one scout, most likely. You're going to have 3 to 5 scouts. So one scout will go to floor 5 or something. The next one will go to 10. The next one will go to 15. The next one will go to 20. It doesn't always work like that. Sometimes one scout will go all the way to 20, and then somebody will take over. But that's how Tower of Doom works. You gotta go to either external chat or Terran's World or guild chat to see which rooms you're supposed to go into. Because if everybody went into every room, then there would be no point of having a scout. So you want to follow that scout's advice so their work was not in vain. Save your sigils, get it done quicker, get points faster, is the whole point. So let's go check it out. Let's grab the Glory Shop troop just in case. Maybe it'll be useful. Grab this like I always do. Let's grab this guy just in case. Almond here. Creates yellow and jumble the enemy team. Okay. Probably not, but who knows. Let me grab my stuff here. It might help with gems and whatnot. Come on. There we go. How many vault keys did you get? Put it in the chat. It was a vault event. Oops, I grabbed my soul and gold boosters. Oopsie daisy. Oh well. Tower of Doom. So it says, Ultimate Doom of Light, climb the tower with the colored team yellow and face the Ultimate Doom. The other thing about this event is you have to use this weapon. If you want the extra points, like you're going to buy up to the weapon, you're going to have the weapon, you might as well put the weapon on your team because it gives you extra points. The invasion troop you have to use during invasion, you know, the tower killer, the raid troop, the boss killer you have to use during raid event, the bounty troop, the bounty captain you have to use during bounty, the world event medal you have to use during the world event, the doomed weapon you have to use during the Tower of Doom. Just same as every other event. We have to use this weapon, so you really want to buy up to it. Let's start there. Gotta get the first one. CCR says I'm in a new guild. They are only posting unlock. Oh no. I mean, if you're in a lower level guild, that might be the case. People really hate it when you tell them how to play the Tower of Doom properly. They think they get mad for some reason. So I don't know, man. Just you could either be the scout yourself and start filling in the blanks. It's going to cost you a lot of gems and sigils, so you may not be able to do that. Or you can just go along with their, you know, half-assery. That's definitely half-assery. Because nobody, like you said, you're the new guy in the guild. How do you know? Like, they could be going in every room and just only posting unlocks. That could be the case. But you're a new guy in the guild. How do you know that? You know, that's why scouts should post every single room, because you're never going to have the same 30 people. People don't know, like, how you're doing it. So you either got to say something or post every single room. And if you're missing Lux, you're missing double the points. If you're missing Heroisms, you're missing a chance to clear an entire floor with one click of a button. Like, it's not smart to only post the unlocks. Alright, we got the Doomed Barrier here. Give armor to an ally, +3 per tempering level. Give barrier to all yellow allies and stun all yellow enemies. If the enemy has a doom, then convert 3 yellow gems to giant yellow gems. We have to use that. It's going to give us armor, or give armor to an ally. It's another one of those. So let's buy up to the weapon to start out. And then here's the layout. We want to look at... I got to go look at what rooms to go in. I'm not just going to go in every single room. That would... The scout may as well not exist if I just start going in every single room. So let's go to Terran's World. CCR says 1242 is their level. I searched for a guild that made it to Legendary Task weekly. Trade-off, though, is that they don't always complete events, so... Yeah, you can always switch to a different guild later. I mean, being in a guild is better than not being in a guild. Yeah, if you're on PlayStation, CCR, you could probably get in Mana Bombers. Funky Town's here. Oh, by the way, next time we get to 25 in train business, I will double your money. So that is on the table again. If you guys get to 25, I'll make it 50 pretty much. We'll double it. I'll gift out 5 memberships. So that's back on the table. It's a new month. So it doesn't have to happen today or anything. I'm just saying, like, the next time it happens, I'll double your money. So if you give $2, you're basically giving 4. If you gift a membership, you're basically giving 10 instead of 5. Like, I'm doubling your money. Don't forget to hit the like button, says Funky Town. CCR, I'm in a very high guild, and I'm Gym Light, so I'm gonna stay quiet. Hey, that's a good practice, I think. That's fine. Crow says, in many cases, device is circumstantial. What might be right for one guild may be impractical to another. Yeah, I'm just like the, in the best case scenario. Radia says, well, for example, getting Fireball and using it on a haste room is more beneficial to get an extra sigils, makes a difference than just following unlocks. Right, just, if you don't post heroisms, if you don't go in every single room, and you miss a heroism, that's 30 heroisms that you just missed. So if a scout goes, let's say the scout's on floor 10. They're on floor 10, and the number 2 room is unlock. The first room they check is unlocked, so they skip every other room. They go straight to the boss. They put it onto the thing that room 2 is unlocked, and they don't put anything else. So nobody knows if they went in every other room. In fact, in reality, they did not, because they just went the first room that they saw. They got the unlock. They posted it. They went to the next room. Right? Well, what if there was a heroism in 5? Now you're missing out on 30 heroism scrolls. It's not just one. You're missing out on 30 heroism scrolls. Pretty crazy. Let's say there was a luck in 5. There's a luck in 5. You're missing out on 60 points. 60 points. It's not just the one person missing out on it. It's 30 people. 30 times 2. Lucks give you 2 points instead of 1. Right? So if you miss a luck scroll, you're now missing 60 points. You're costing your guild so much. The scouts are just ruining it. They're ruining the whole guild. They're screwing everything up if they're skipping rooms. They're horrible. You don't want them as your scout. Like, I would... You might as well go in every single room if your scout's just going to post unlocks. Everybody in the guild's going to have to do way more. You're not going to make it to all rewards. You're going to miss all these luck scrolls that are giving double points. Instead of getting, like, 2 points on a floor, you could have got 4 points on a floor. And that's for 30 people. It's times 30. It's nuts. It's nuts. If your scout's just posting unlock, they're doing you a giant disservice. It's crazy. Because remember, it's times 30 people on everything. And lucks are worth 2 points. They're worth double. Heroism scrolls can clear an entire floor, and that's 30 people clearing an entire floor. Fireballs can clear 30 rooms. That's 30 rooms you could have cleared and had saved a sigil. You know, it's nuts. So, if your scouts are making excuses, just tell them that they're missing out on so many points and so many heroism scrolls and making people spend more gems and use more sigils. They're bad. They're lazy. I can think into the scout's mind. They're just like, ooh, unlock. Let's go to the next floor. Now I can post the next floor. Look at me. Look at me. I'm up on floor 26. You know, they don't have to do that. They're going as fast as they can, and they saw the unlock, so they posted it, and they just went on to the next floor. That's hurting everybody. That's not doing any good. That sucks. They really suck. All right. Mark with the 2. So we're 2 there with 23 left to go. Thank you so much, man, running out there. Let's see. Let me go get my map for the tower. Tower of Doom map. Alright, for floor 1 for my guild, we got power in 1, or 2. 2 is power, 3 is unlock, 4 is armor, 5 is haste. So I'm going to go in 3 and 5. So we'll make some teams now. Let's see, what will be our high-level team? We have access to yellow weapons. We have to use the Doom Barrier, so let's upgrade it. It's got drain 2 mana from yellow enemies, silence the first enemy, cleanse myself, gain 4 life, and all those stats. We have to use that. Now we gotta make a team out of yellow. But you guys probably already know what you could do. Could do Guard's Avatar, Sir Quentin Hadley. They're both yellow, they both boost off of armor, it goes well with the weapon. I'm sure you already know, but that'd be a good start to a team there. And then probably Harpy Mage, right? We'll do 2 other teams. We'll do mid and low level. This would be what I would start with. I'd probably put that up top. Kind of just hang the weapon on the end of the team like a dingleberry for early fights. Later on, we might want to cast it if we're going to continue using this team, but for now, we're not going to cast it. Banner's going to be some sort of yellow. We got 2 reds. So red probably. We got 2 browns as well. I'm going to go red. Alright, we got no green, so Lantern Banner looks good. Class. We could do Knight if you're still leveling Knight. You could do Bard, that's a 50% start, and a yellow class. So those would be 2 good ones. I think I'll start with Bard. You could also do Titan if you want. So Titan if you're low level, probably. Knight if you need to level Knight. And then Bard if you're maybe high level. It's a yellow. All yellow allies gain 1 to all stats at the start of each turn. Could do that. It's got a 50% start. Enchant with matching green or gain bonus purple. I don't know. I think I'll go with that. Let me put a chapter, and this will be our high-level team. If I can find it. Video details. TOD high. Oh, dropped it. Did you hear that? That was the keyboard. Now it's backwards. Alright, TOD high. At the 20-minute mark. Jeez, took a while to explain Tower of Doom, huh? Got it, though. We're on our way. Let's go, let's go. T-Birds is here. To be back in a Cine live stream was on Xbox a couple years off. Now on console. Oh, the pain of starting over. Oh, now you're on PC? Been a while, T-Birds. Chad with a 2. Which could be 4. 21 to go. Chad and Mark out there. What are they doing? They're playing Pogs. They got a stack of Pogs. They got their slammers. They're out there playing with Pogs and slammers. Alright, let's see how this goes. Hopefully I'm in the right room. This is what I was talking about for later. If you get all the haste fights and you have extra turns and you're only going to floor 26 and you have extra like sigils, you could do this and make it easier. So I like to do the haste rooms for that. It's kind of fun to like line everything up perfectly to get to floor 26. Like, oh, I got this many sigils left. I have this many fireball scrolls. I have this many heroism scrolls. Let's make it all line up perfectly to where I get floor 26 done, or floor 30, or whatever floor you're going to. Because these days you kind of need to go a little bit higher. You might want to go to 30 if you want to help your guild get all rewards. Should all die for quite a while with this team. As far as how many vault keys I got switch this to guard medals. Well, actually, it doesn't matter with I think guard's avatar could do Nisha now. He got like a rework, a buff. I got 305, so exactly what I was looking for. 300 vault keys, and I stopped. I was tired. It was Sunday night at like 9:30, and I just said, I'm done. I got the 300. It's a good start. We got another vault event, not this weekend, but the weekend after, so I'll make sure to go and get more in that one. Let's see here. Next up, we got room 5 for a haste. I think they're worth going for. Got a Vow Raven. We went into a haste room. We didn't even waste a sigil. We're going to get it back with the haste scroll. And then we got a Vow Raven, so we actually gain sigils here. That's the point of going into haste rooms. You gain sigils. Especially like if you go in every single haste room, you're going to come out ahead. And to the boss room. And I'll show the team code. Then we'll do a mid-level team, a yellow mid-level team. Mighty Monolith. Alright, floor 2, we got 2 is unlock, 3 is haste, 4 is power, 5 is power. So I'm going in 2 and 3. Some people like to go in power, but the scouts are going to get all the stats that will matter, and then there's diminishing returns. That's why I need to make a video on diminishing returns, because people think that it's going to help by getting the stats, whether it's magic or armor or power. Like, power is better than just like one singular magic, but it's still not great. So it only gives you 1 progress to each stat. It doesn't give you 1 to each stat. When you get a magic scroll, you're not getting a magic stat. You're just getting a progress to a magic stat. So the scouts are going to get the stats. They're going to go in every single room. Okay, so they're going to go all the way to floor, whatever, 40. That's what I would recommend. Like, scouts really don't have to go any higher than floor, like, 40. But they usually do. And while they're doing that, they're going in every single room. So they're getting stats. They're getting the magic scrolls. They're getting the power scrolls. They're getting, you know? That's just part of what a scout does. They get the stats that are worth getting. Once the scouts go up to floor 40 and they get all the stats, by the time that happens, any stat that you get after that is diminishing returns, because you need 7 scrolls to get 1 magic, or 17 scrolls to get one magic. It's not just one scroll for one magic. Like, it goes up every time. It's like you need 5 gnomes to get a pity key, and then you need 10 gnomes to get a pity key, and then you need 15 gnomes to get a pity key, right? It doesn't keep going like you get one magic scroll, you get one magic. That's not how it works. It goes up every time, and then it becomes not worth it at a certain point. Alright, so floor 2. 2 is unlock. Here's the team code for the high-level team. At least early on. You know, later on you might want to do like a, I don't know, High King Irongut CT or like Stellarix or... But for now, the weapon goes with Guard's avatar, and, you know, Sir Quentin Hadley's there too. Like, it's a good time to do this team, especially early. Alright, let's try to make a mid-level team. We have to use the weapon, so we can't be using any, like, wands or red ruby weapons or doom shovels or anything like that. We have to use this. So we just gotta find the best troops that are yellow that are not mythic. That's mid-level. Mrs. Insane Witch, good to see ya. Let me jump back over to the chat here. Rain Man's here, lurking. Rich Smith. Yeah, you could do Stellarix and 2 Takshakas for sure. Just make sure to use the weapon. That'd be a good one, too. Any class do Lightstorm? The ones that do, you can't 50% start, so it's like you're trading a Lightstorm for a 50% start in most cases. Like, later on, that might be good, because a Storm is something that's going to happen over time. It's, like, good if the fight goes long. Like, right now, we're just trying to, like, get up Guard's Avatar, cast it, the fight's over in, like, 1 turn or 2 turns. So a Storm that's, like, adding extra yellow to the board over time, over 5, 6, 7, 8 turns, right? We're not going to even get to the point where it's going to help. It'll help on, like, the first explosion, a little bit of extra yellow. It does help a little bit, but you're trading, like, a yellow Storm for a 50% start. So I guess if Knight has a yellow Storm, that'd be both things. You could have a 50% start and a light Storm, so maybe that would be a good way to go. Alright, what's the best thing we could do with mid-level? Could do Ember Claw. Gorgatha's okay. Got Luna if you like Luna. The best yellow. Tannenbaum. The Great Worm. Cool. Alright, I don't know who that is, so I'm not answering. The Great Worm would be cool. Could do like 3 of those. I got a lot going on today, y'all, so you have to bear with me. I gotta keep checking my phone. Could do this move. That'd work for a little bit. Guess mana generation would be a problem, though. I don't know. Maybe not. Oops. Took the weapon off. Let's see. This is the problem with... like, the cool thing about coming up with teams on stream is that you guys get to see it, and you know that I made it myself, and you get to see, like, the strategy and what I say while I make the teams. But the bad thing is it does take a minute, and I'm not just popping in with teams already ready to go. The Great Worm is cool. You got Wrath. You got Vanya. Now we're getting down into the, not legendaries. Trying to find something that's tickling my fancy. I mean, I'd probably put Harpy Mage, so we got the start of our team. Now we just need damage. We need some yellow damage. Could do, ooh, Pandalista's alright. I feel like we need to do a legendary, though. For mid-level. Alright, we got Borealis. Commander Dawnheart. Could do him. And he's a knight, so it's pretty similar. I think Sir Quentin Hadley's the same color as him, so that's why it kind of... You can't do both of them. But you could cast the weapon. Alright, we got a team. We got a start of a team here. We just need one more thing. We really need some more damage. Some more damage. Commander Dawnheart and what? Commander Dawnheart and what? And I really don't want brown. Let's cross that out. We already got brown. General Edison? High Priestess Chaska. There's a light storm. Luna. Got Tannenbaum. He's just like single target. Could do the Great Worm. Tian Long. Yellow and red. Vanya. Let's go with Vanya for now. You got a summon, you get a bless. So, let's throw him boosted by my armor. Maybe we don't want him in first slot. Let's try this. This is mid-level, so you don't have Stellarix, you don't have Guard's Avatar. We might have to do something later once again, but I'm thinking of right now. Stick with me throughout the week if you need something else. Class. We might go with Titan for the Brown Storm. Get Commander Dawnheart up. Give yourself a barrier. So you got a barrier, you got a summon. You're boosting off of armor, and you got the weapon that can add to your armor. How's our banner? Our banner's pretty good. Might stick with it. Alright, let's see how this goes. This will be our mid-level team. Oops. Hope I didn't just do that. Copy. I'll show that right now. Anita with the gifted, trying to double her money. Chad and Mark were playing with Pogs out there. So you gotta break out the grill and the lawn chairs. Not bad, put the console down. I've been doing other games, but love some Gems of War, so here we are, getting the good info. Yeah. Mrs. Insane Witch, Dr. Mops is lurking. T-Bird says, nice done mobile a few times, got the Beatrix team made, and the Vault event this past weekend will help get going again, for sure. Yeah, everything's okay, Mrs. Insane Witch. Working out the quirks. The neighborhood is amazing so far. I haven't had one problem. That was the whole, that's the whole thing with this place is it's got a basement, it's got a nice neighborhood. And it's nice around here. Like, there's other amenities, but, I got my own parking, like, assigned parking and stuff, so I never have to deal with that crap again. Like, everything outside of this building is super nice. And then I got a basement now instead of not having a basement, so a little bit of extra room, probably. It's like similar square footage, but I think this one edges out the other place by a little bit. So a little slight upgrade. Way nicer area. We're on the edge of like a nice area. We're not in the town that is nice, but we're like right on the edge of it, on the street that leads to it. So that's cool. But you know, working out the quirks inside. Like we got a slight issue in the bathroom that the plumber's gonna have to come fix. It's pretty hot up here. We got to figure that out, but nothing quite as bad as the other place was nuts. Like, I can't... The other place had problems I just couldn't fix. Like, here, I have tiny little problems that I can fix, and it feels fixable here. At my previous address, it felt unfixable. Like, there's nothing I could do. It was always going to be horrible. Because it involved, like, other people outside of... And then, like, nobody would do anything about it, so... Markio's here. Thanks again, Anita. Went to Mrs. Insane Witch. That's great. Yeah, I don't have to park near the dumpster. Yeah, you guys keep saying I'm not going to rant about the neighbors, but we could bring up some old stories from the other place. There's plenty of stories from the other place that I could probably think of. Today is not the greatest day for ranting and raving because we got so much to go over, but, you know, on a Tuesday or a Thursday, or that's our rant days, really. Alright, this guy's up. Let's see how he does. Killed everything. Okay, so we need to put on guard medals for this team for sure. Because he definitely boosts off of armor. Go back here, and go back to my Tower of Doom map. We got to do 3. Because it's a haste. 3 is free. The reason I started hating that old neighborhood was they just started letting like anybody move in there. It was nice at first. They switched management, like, all the time. Like, you never had the same person in the office. Like, people that live there now would be like, oh, we've had this person for a while. But if you lived there 8 years, like, we had at least 5 different managers in 8 years. Like, nobody would last more than a couple years there. And then the maintenance man, it would be switching every 6 months. You'd have a new maintenance man, and somebody would leave. And the way that they would do things, like to come into your house where they would put a note on your door and stuff, they did it, like, horribly. They would put a note on your door and say, hey, we're coming in sometime in the next 2 weeks. We don't know who's going to be knocking on your door. We don't know what time they're coming in, but hey, the next 2 weeks or so, like, literally, they would put an entire 2 weeks on the note. Like, we're going to be entering your house sometime in the next 2 weeks. We can't tell you who it's going to be, what they're going to look like, when they're going to be there, what they're doing, but hey, we're coming in sometime in the next 2 weeks. That was the first thing that started to annoy me. And even when that's like the extreme, they did that like once or twice. Other times it would be like a note that says, hey, we're coming in sometime in the next 2 days, which is still really annoying. Like, you kind of want to know when they're coming, especially if you're leaving teenagers at home, a dog loose at home. Like, you don't... There's been stories of, like, the maintenance man letting dogs run out the door and never to be found again. And just some random stranger in a white van is going to knock on your door sometime in the next 2 weeks. You don't know exactly when. You might not be home. It might just be your kids at home. You can't even tell them what to look for, or when, or what they're even doing. It's like dangerous. Imagine if like criminals knew that was going. They could just knock on anybody's door and say, "Hey, I'm here," and people would just let them in there. Imagine, like, if you're a criminal trying to get into people's houses. You could just go to that place and just knock on anybody's door, probably at any time, and just say you're maintenance, and they would let you in. Because of the way they do things there. It's never the same person, it's never at the same time, and they put notes up for... They can come in for weeks or days. And then they would, like, put note up about your blinds. They would just do blanket notes, like, hey, a random blind audit. right? So then they would go around and look at everybody's blinds, and if you had just like one little chip out of your blind, they would replace an $8 blind, and they would charge you like, I think it was like $40 to just put up blinds, which is like the easiest thing in the world. A baby could put up blinds. And they're only $8 at Walmart. And they charge like $40, $50 to put them up. But they won't replace, like, there's, if you go through the entire neighborhood, like, every other house has, like, destroyed, like a grenade went off in their front window and the blinds are just destroyed. And they stay like that. And I don't understand. They target the people that have nice blinds, or maybe like one little tiny crack in them. Or maybe they're discolored a little bit, or they're missing just one little thing. They'll run in your house and charge you $40, $50 to replace an $8 blind. But they won't replace the ones where, like, a grenade went off and the whole blinds are exploded, and they just leave those up. So you drive through the neighborhood, and then you got exploded blinds every other freaking house. But then they're running into your house where you have, like, perfect blinds. Maybe your back room has, like, a slightly discolored blind or something, and they'll run in there to replace that. So that was annoying. That was, like, the first thing that started annoying me there. Got to go into 3 because it's a haste. We'll just do this floor with this team, then we'll do a low-level team. Boom, 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 boom. I got promoted. And then after that, you know, I almost forgot about that. That was annoying. Then they put like a sticker on your car if you didn't have like plates. But then they would let like some old junker sit there forever with a bunch of trash in it and just stinking like a dead body in there or something. They would leave that one alone, but since they can charge you, you know, they don't know whose car that is over there that has the junk in it, that has the dead body, that smells funny and everything. They don't know whose car that is, so they're going to put a sticker on your car because maybe your plates are expired by one day. And they're like, we're coming tomorrow to tow your car away. Tomorrow. Like, we had 2 cars at one point, and one of them was, like, needed work, needed fixed, and, like, the plates expired. And they, like, were so fast to put a sticker on that one, and they're towing it away tomorrow. Like, you gotta hurry up and figure this out. Even though the car doesn't run, if you don't get it out of here by tomorrow, like less than 24 hours, then they're gonna tow it away and charge you like $500. It's like how they make money there. They target people and overcharge for stupid little cheap things. But then you can drive through the neighborhood and there's just trash everywhere. So they're running into people's houses to change blinds and to tow away cars, but they won't pick up trash because they can't charge anybody for trash. It's kind of like Gems of War. They'll fix the maze banner, right? They'll fix gaps when they were too good, but they're not going to fix the game when it's crashing during a vault event because that doesn't make them any money. It's the same thing. Like, they would get more tenants if they would just clean the place up. Because anytime you're about to live somewhere, usually you drive through it first. And you like to see what it looks like and see how crazy it is or not it is. And if anybody drove through there before living there, they would just see trash everywhere. It should be your sign not to move there. Broken bottles, just glass everywhere, dirty diapers. The last day I was there, there was a pair of underwear with poop in it. Just laying in a parking spot. The closest parking spot to the dumpster, there was a pair of underwear with poop in the underwear. Like, it wasn't chocolate. It was in the underwear. Like, if you look down, the poop was right where poop would go in underwear. There's a pair of underwear just laying in a parking spot with poop in it. Like, you drive through there, I think I want to live here. You look down, you see a pair of underwear with poop in it. glass bottles smashed everywhere, dirty diapers. That was nuts. And then what really started to make me mad is when I got the car, I think. And then people just don't respect your property. They just hit people's car. They use people's cars as like the you know how in soccer you have a goal? Like that's the goal. I watched kids. They would get between two cars. The goalie would be standing like by the driver's side door of one car. The other goalie would be standing by the passenger side door of another car. There would be 2 or 3 parking spots in between. And if you hit the car with the soccer ball, you score a goal. No exaggeration at all. There was literally underwear with doo-doo in it. Nothing I'm saying is even exaggerated. This is all facts. Kids would play soccer in between cars and use the cars as goals. And it would be like, thump, thump. You could hear it a mile away. Like, then you would go over there and look at the cars and they had big dents in the side. Crashing their bikes into everybody's cars. They're just like carrying giant sticks around, like tree branches, just carrying, just riding. They grab a tree branch off the ground and they would pick it up like a joust, like they're on a horse but they're on their bike, and then they would just run the stick and like the branch into your car. They would try to go in between like 2 cars that are parked really close with a giant branch while they're holding a giant branch while they're riding a bike. These are all things I saw there. Like, I'm not making anything up. One kid just climbed on my hood and started twerking on it, pretty much. Somebody drew a big heart on the hood of my car. Somebody put a sticker on the hood of my car. Somebody wrecked their bike into my car. What else? Somebody wrecked a power wheel into my car. That's just one car out of like a giant parking lot. Like, imagine what else. There's been car windows exploded out. Like, you might be like, oh yeah, well, you know, a football hit your car, no big deal, right? Oh, somebody grazes it with a stick, puts a tiny scratch in it. Oh well, right? Somebody jumps on the hood and like, oh well, if no damage was done, they're twerking on my hood. Oh well. I'll just let anybody do anything to me, right? Who cares? But when they're like shooting out your back window of your car and exploding the back window out, it's not even just like a little hole, like the whole window is exploded out and you have to put like a trash bag up. How fun is that? When a kid throws a boulder from downtown like Stephen Curry onto the hood of your truck and makes a giant dent in the hood of your truck, is that just like, oh well, kids will be kids? I have it on camera. These 2 kids picking up boulders. These aren't like little rocks. These are like big boulders, like the size of like, you know, they were digging the ground up. They were like doing something with the fire extinguisher. So they were using like an excavator. They were digging the ground up. So they're these big rocks, like giant rocks, like probably the size of a football. And these kids were picking up these football-sized rocks. They were up high. They were above the truck. The truck was parked facing like a fence. And then like there's this fenced-in backyard up. Like, you have to, it's up a little bit. So they're behind a unit. This truck is parked like perpendicular to the unit. It's like a backyard with a fence, but it's higher up. Like it's 5 or 6 feet above the truck. So these kids were up there 5 or 6 feet above this truck, picking up the football-sized rocks, chucking them over the fence onto the hood of the truck. It was like, thump! That's just the stuff I saw. You know, you drive by, you see a window blown out every day. Every day. Every week, probably, there's a new car with a window just exploded out of it with a trash bag for a window now. You try driving through. There's kids teenagers, like, all shiestied up with hoodies on, just standing in the middle of the road, like 4, 5, 6, 7 of them just standing there. You're lucky if they let you through. If you live there, maybe they let you through. If you don't live there, good luck. They'll probably just stand there and do a little chicken, a little face-off. And if you try to drive by them, if you try to, you're gonna be in trouble coming back out. If you're like, oh, I got the right of way, I'm in the road, and they're just standing in the middle of the road, I'm gonna like try to get around them a little bit, you know. If you get too close, good luck coming back out, because there's only one way out. And they're going to be there when you come back, too. You better wait a while. Luckily, I lived there, and I had, like, a little bit of clout, I guess you would say. Like, other people may not say that, but one of my kids was friends with, like, all the bad kids. So they would be like, oh, that's that kid's dad. So they would, like, just, you know, give me the side eye and let me go through. Alright, so we got 2 armor, 3 attack, 4 haste, 5 unlock. So we're going to do 4 and 5, and we're going to show low-level team. I hope I put a... I don't think I put a chapter for this. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me guess at the chapter for the mid-level team. Does anybody have a good guess? A good guess? Around here, all I see is like old people walking dogs. I'll see a squirrel, a bunny. I saw a turtle. I see more animals than people around here. That's how you know you're in a good spot. Like, the animals are willing to come out way more. Like, at the other place, there was no animals. There was 0. There was just cats everywhere. There's cats everywhere. Maybe a dog, like maybe a pit bull tied to a post. At the other place. Here you see like bunnies and squirrels and turtles. You see like wildlife here. Over there, the wildlife is the 14, 15-year-old kids. You can't even see their face. Alright, so I'm gonna guess like 45-minute mark. Should get you close. Come on, computer. You guys wanted me to rant, so I started ranting. Then parking was an issue there. I had one car most of the time, and I would struggle to find a parking spot. Because they would let everybody... They would move somebody in. They would let somebody... They would check, like, the one person, of course. Like, you're not allowed to be, like, a PDF file. You're not allowed to be that. You probably can't be like a felon or something. But they only check the one person, and then that one person can move anybody they want in there because they don't really check. So all the PDFs and all the felons can come in after. And then like, so most people have like 13 people living with them. So then they all have like 3-4 cars, 3-4 junkers. So then all I want is my one parking spot, please. Anything like even close would be fine. Like somewhere within like 3 or 4 parking spots of my door would be great. I'm supposed to get 2 parking spots here. Supposed to get 2 whole parking spots. There's supposed to be these 2 right here in front of my house. But everybody had 13 people living with them with 3-4 cars, so I would end up having to park down the block. And then every other week I see a window exploded out of a car. So it's like, I really don't want to park way down the block if I don't have to. I'd rather like have it right in front of my house. Alright, let's make a low-level team. We still want the weapon. Harpy Mage is still in contention. She's good for every team, I would say. So you got the shield and the Harpy Mage. I think that's a great start to any team. If you had any, like, problems inside, they usually wouldn't fix them unless it was, you know. You tell them, like, there's a stain on our ceiling from a leak. They'd never wanted to fix it. Just be like, oh, you can just spray paint it. Bork would be good, too, if you want to use Bork instead of Harpy Mage. Harpy Mage has the 75% start. But if you do Bork with Mechanist, you can get a 50% start on Bork, if you like Bork better. But for low-level team, what are we going to do for yellow? Atlanta's okay. This is Monday. This is early. We're not, you know, deeper in. We might have to do something different, like I've been saying. New house, everything's good so far. A little quirk here or there that is fixable. I'm not complaining. Outside is super nice. Bunnies and squirrels and turtles versus shiesties and hoodies and pit bulls. That's the difference. Could do Pandalista, you know? Urska Construct. Maybe we don't do Harpy Mage, we do Bork. As our mana generation, so we don't have like the same exact color. This might be okay. Boosted by Urska allies. Well, we're only going to have the 2, but true damage to multiple enemies is pretty good. At least early, this will be decent. And we'll do maybe Geomancer for the 50% start. You also got Finesse. You want to go that route? Banner, that's probably still fine. Like, the Lantern Banner is good for every team I've done so far. But do we want to get up Bork? Sucks for, like, low-level players. Bork doesn't do as much, so I think I'll stick with this banner. Alright, let's see how this goes for a low-level team. Put in the chapter, dum-dum. Yeah, it's great, you know? Car, home. We're getting there. I just gotta make a lot more money. Like, Mississippi's doing great. I gotta start making more money. We'll say 57.30. Takes me an hour to show Tower of Doom teams, because I gotta make them all from scratch. I'm doing 3 of them. Excuses. Thanks, Rain Man. T-Bird says, was thinking that myself. Yeah. Alright, get up your Bork. That should get up everything else. This is only going to hit 2 random enemies, so you want to get them both up, probably. Whoops. Didn't mean to cast that. Alright, we'll just finish this floor off, and then we'll move on to the weekly preview. And I'll catch up in the chat, I'm sorry. Mondays aren't easy with the chat. Alright, floor 5. Especially when I'm ranting and doing this. Remember, there's always driving. I drive every day, and people make me mad driving every day. Floor 5. We got, what'd I say, 4 and 5, so we gotta go to 5. Oh no, he's gonna read our chat. I can read it from now. Alright, got that. Got that. And the boss room. Anybody else put how many vault keys they got? Are we embarrassed of our vault key totals? You don't want to put them up there because you're embarrassed of them. Hey, sometimes you gotta take a break. You got another one coming, not this weekend, but next. So, I feel you. You don't have Bork Crow? Harpy Mage then would be probably okay. Because she is She starts with 75% mana. You have an enchant potion. She's going to get up. Just put her on the bottom of the team. So I'd do like Pandalista, Weapon, Harpy Mage maybe. Because it doesn't matter. Harpy Mage is like pretty much free from the underworld. What level are you? You can get Harpy Mage right now. So you have Pandalista, but don't have... I feel you, Rain Man. Yeah, I'm not saying anybody did anything wrong. Yeah, you can get Harpy Mage from the underworld, like, right now. It's not something you have to get lucky or wait on. 750, so... You're probably just getting into the groove of doing your City of Thieves 3 times a day, getting all the good troops. I'm sure you got, like, Mirage Queen, Queen Beatrix, King Gobtruffle. She's just, like, the next thing after that. Harpy Mage is down the line after, like, Mirage Queen, King Gobtruffle, Queen Beatrix. Harpy Mage is almost like the next thing you should get. Harpy Mage, Gargoyle, Shagaroth, the Great Worm, etc. after Magma Dragon. Yeah, we got a lot of vault events in a row, so no big deal if you didn't do much this past vault event. Especially if you weren't crashing the previous one. Like, some people weren't crashing. I was crashing, so I gave up on it. Even though you could just not push the button. Just that, it was such a habit. It was really annoying for me. Plus, I did 3 teams, so if you don't have Bork or whatever, you could do the mid-level team. Which is Harpy Mage and the Commander guy and the Vanya. City of Thieves Horde level 106, alright. 260 vault keys, not bad. Not bad. That's like, I would give that a C minus. A C minus. You almost got the average amount that a high level like you should get. You got a passing grade from Sinny. I think I already did this, but whatever. I'm gonna leave it up on the screen for a sec. Check up on any chat I missed. And we'll get to the weekly preview. Papa Willie on a scooter. The other thing you would see at the other place is like 4-year-olds just running around by themselves. Yeah. Super cool. That makes you like, if that makes you squeamish at all, like, you're gonna see it all the time at the other place. Like a 4-year-old by themselves outside, nowhere near their own house. Just playing with chalk on the sidewalk or whatever. Riding in a big wheel in the middle of the street. That's what you would see over there. Best case scenario, you would see like an 8 or 9-year-old watching a 3 or 4-year-old. It's a best case scenario. Not the best case scenario, but you know what I mean. Like if a 4-year-old is out by themselves, maybe there's an 8 or 9-year-old kind of like supposed to be watching them. But they're playing with their friends, going in the back. And then you got this 4-year-old just by themselves. There's like diaper babies out there by themselves. Alright, let's see if I missed anything. What you guys say? We got Anita with the gifted. So we got Mark and Chad playing with Pogs. Anita firing up the girl, bringing out the lawn chairs. We're all going to look at the train today. Don't be a lazy scout. Come on, chat. Let's go. Come on. Come on. I think this laptop, I need, like, more... Needs more air. Maybe. Likes to freeze. Come on, dude. Alright, I'm just gonna have to catch the chat. Bugs of War. You'd love to get hundreds of keys during Vault, but adulting always gets in the way. Yeah, you really do gotta have, like... You can't even, like, pause and walk away from a Vault event, because you gotta... It's like the Nomapaloozas are 15 minutes straight you have to play which isn't a long time, but it's like to do that over and over and over and over, which is what you have to do. So you gotta have like 15 minutes straight of just hands-on controller, looking at the near the console with hands-on controller, you know, at least. So the vault event really ties you to your game in ways where normally you could just walk away and go take care of like somebody at the door or whatever. But during a vault event, man, it's really you're locked in with you're handcuffed to your controller a lot of the time. All right, let's check out this weekly preview. I'll put a chapter. Should probably put soulforge there too, because that's one of the first things we do. Soulforge. I don't even know what's in there, and the soulforge has been different for every platform. That's a bug right now. So I'm sorry if you don't have the same soulforge as me. I'm on PlayStation. I've heard that like Xbox and PC have been having different soulforges. It's weird. It's not supposed to be like that. Jet says, from Gems of War Nimheim mod, the artwork for PvP shop troops for Season 2 is broken. If you see the purchase option, don't buy them. Oh no. Itty Bitty Living Space. New epic troop Almund here. Get this troop with glory from the rewards tab of the shop. PvP season. Season of Sand. A new PvP season has started. Don't miss out on amazing rewards. So the PvP shop troops that are delayed are Ala Al-Din and the Cragmaw. Tower of Doom. Defeat Dooms and gain points for your guild. Build a team from a color yellow and search for the Dooms. We did 3 teams, high, mid, and low, especially for early in the tower. Like, you might have to stay tuned. New mythic troop, Ghost King Grimhorn, exclusive to Glory Gem, Guild, and VIP chest for 1 week only. So he's still the only mythic available. It's very important to say, especially for beginners and mid-game players, that he's the only mythic you can get right now. If you already got 1 copy, you want to hold your keys, don't throw them. Because you'll just keep getting this guy until Friday. The Primeval Tome, the campaign has started. New rewards every week. Don't miss out. 27 days left of that. We got Week of Elementals, 10% to their skills. Week of Mystics, 10% to their skills. And bonus souls if you use Almund here in PvP and Explore. Alright, let's check out my Soulforge. This is annoying to be a streamer and not have the same Soulforge for everybody. We got Grovanga. Tianyi, Suna, and Skady. So pretty poopy. Let me know in the chat if yours is the same as mine. I got Skady, Suna, Tianyi, and Grovanga. What do you got? Put yours in the chat and I can put yours in order. So if you're on Xbox and you have 4 different mythics, I'll try to help you out. If you're on PC and you have 4 different mythics, I'll try to help you out. If you're on Switch, let me know and I'll try to help you out with what the best mythic is. Grovanga's kind of new. So if you didn't get him the first time around, there he is. Tianyi is kind of old. Suna. And Skady. Skady's probably the worst. I would start there. Skady's probably the worst. Maybe Grovanga's the best. So he can hit all enemies. He can put up good gargoyle gems. He has an extra turn. Like, he's probably the best, but he's not top 10 or top 20. You kind of want to wait for those. So it's a waiting type of week. So Grovanga's the best. Then Suna and Tianyi are pretty similar. You might say Suna's better. She does true damage. Fairy Fire. And then Tianyi does heavy splash with a summon. So they're pretty close. They're both above average. Grovanga's probably like a B+, and then Suna and T and E are like B minus, C plus. And then Skady is the worst. Ice Storm, start of every turn. Pretty much only thing she would be used for, but you can do that other ways. Alright, legendaries. We got Forest Guardian, 50% start for beasts. We got Davinia. We got Frost Feather. We got Nutcracker. Probably Forest Guardian would be the best, just to get that 50% start for beast. And it does a pretty good spell. Transform purple gems to skulls and transform brown gems to green. Allied beasts gain barrier. Once again, though, only legendary you should craft is Tesla. But I still like to put them in order, just in case. Forest Guardian's the best. Then probably Davinia. Explode all red gems, cleanse all allies, and give them life. Cause a random positive stats effect on a random ally in 4 or 5 gem match. You got Frost Feather, hits all enemies. There's another... Or if there's an Ice Storm, curse all enemies. And then Nutcracker. Eliminate all armor from an enemy, explode all gems of one of the enemy's colors, then explode all stone blocks. There's not going to be stone blocks very often, so it's pretty much just eliminate all armor from an enemy, explode all gems of one of the enemy's colors. And that's all it does, and it's 14 mana cost, and you can find other things that are better than Nutcracker almost all the time. So that'd be the order. Best things in here are Forest Guardian and Grovanga, but I wouldn't be crafting. The Timekeeper. Here's the good thing about me being free to play. Is this must be the first time you can get the Timekeeper weapon. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by hourglass gems. I'm gonna craft that because I don't have it. That means it was a pay weapon at some point. You can't know that unless you are free to play. Doomed Barrier you should get through the Tower of Doom event through the shop there. But if for some reason you're super low on gems, you could get it here. Emerald Baton is pretty good. Blows up brown. Positive stats effect for Drifting Sands ally. Then summon a Drifting Sands troop. Tool for your tool belt. Sharp Fang is another decent one. It blows up brown, then it does it for monster. Is this always here? Looks like a weapon for the Dustbringer is here. Also, Scarab of Nefertani. Scarab of Nefertani. I don't think this is always here, right? So it's here if you want it for the Duskbringer. Dagger of Sands, Dagger of Poop. Stinging Wind, tool for your tool belt. That is not as good as the explodey ones, but sometimes you need these. Doomed Axe is good. Deal damage to all enemies, +1 per tempering level. Convert purple gems to Doom Skulls. If the enemy has a Doom, create 5 more. Gain 3 mana for each yellow enemy. So I think the weapons are where you want to be at in the Soulforge. This one's also decent. Stone Poop. Blade of the Poop. Alright. So yeah. Depending on who you are and what you have or don't have. This is here. If you want Duskbringer. It's going to be a very long time before you see it again. That's the reason you would get it. This is here. This is the best yellow doomed weapon. And then the thing that I crafted that's new. The Timekeeper. First time it's been available. That's the most notable things. So get the Doomed Axe if you don't have it. And get the Scarab of Nefertani. Alright, you guys are putting what's in there. Rayman says Switch has Grovanga, Suna, High King Irongut, and Voice of Orpheus. So High King Irongut is great. You should probably get it if you don't have it. It's one that you look for. It's kind of like Ironhawk. Your legendaries are Forest Guardian, Willow, Gruz the Undefeated, and Caribidus. So Forest Guardian's the best there. So you should craft High King Irongut if you don't have it. If you're on Switch. He's really good for the underworld and other stuff, really. The horror for letting anyone live there. Mr. Z says, I did 2 jets. Maybe they're giving bonus souls at the end of each season because they know people will be pissed since they can't make progress towards 5. Yeah. Mark says, personally, I will miss the kids on the car rants, firecrackers at midnight, low-flying planes, and drunk people in the parking lot. Yeah, dude. Planes, like, there was an airport right next to it, too, so they would dive bomb. I remember that. Jet says, I confirmed Immortal Rakia is in Burning Chest. Did everyone get 300 plus Glacia souls this morning? I don't know. Am I living in a halfway house or Ukraine? That's funny. Mr. Z says, if I were a maintenance guy and I see a house with massive damage to the blinds, I wouldn't go there either. Too risky, right? Am I living in Gaza? Crow says, howdy, neighbor. I'm just downtown. I'm like, it's the new downtown. The soccer rules were made by the gang leader, me. Or my kid. Yeah, make you feel better about where you live, huh? This chat is like being weird for me. Okay, so Switch gave me their... Does anybody else know, anybody on Xbox can tell me what soulforge they got? I don't think I've seen that yet. Good morning, Classic! Alright, let's go to the shop and see what's up over here. We got Al Mund here. Al Bundy. Al Bund here. I'll put a chapter for this. Glory. Come on, Typerson. Glory. Shop. Traitstone. I can't spell. I can't type. Traitstone. Event key. ETC, I guess. 118. Not too bad. We're cruising along. I take a little bit too long on certain things, but I cruise past others. Alright, so Almondir, 14 yellow, purple, Drifting Sands, Elemental Mystic, create 8 to 11 yellow gems, jumble the enemy team. Game bonus yellow mana from yellow gem matches, 25% spell reduction. Seems like I don't know. What do you guys think? 8 to 11 is just right before it would be good. You want to see the teens. You want to see 13, 14, 15. Is what you want to see if you're trying to like get an extra turn. 8 to 11's just before that. So he just seems like an annoying troop that would not put enough yellow up for you and then be annoying to the enemy too because it's going to jumble their team. So he's just kind of annoying for everybody. It's usually how Glory Shop troops are. They're never super amazing. There's one here or there that are great, like Centurigon and, you know, here and there, Bork. So yeah, make sure you get fully ascended if you can. It's only Glory. But you get Arcane Plains Traitstones as you do that. And that's yellow, purple. Let's go check that out, see what you can fully trait. Get as many as you want right now, yellow, purple. So you want to go over here and check this out, see what you don't have fully traded. Such as Arachnean Weaver with the Creeping Doom, the Impervious, and the Stealthy. Even if you don't have the other stone, maybe you get enough just for the future. Arcproxy Avendra with the Doom of Arachnia. We have Phoenix with the Phoenix's Blessing. Got Ishtara with Divine Roar. Infernus with a Burn all enemies on 4 or 5 gem match. King of the Ravens, Murder of Ravens. Medusa, Curse and Stun. Pharaoh Khafru is almost pretty much useless without his 3rd trait, so if you got Pharaoh Khafru recently and you don't have it fully traded, now's your chance to get at least one of the stones, probably. Got Queen Aurora with Rainbow Link. Coltzama has that 20% chance to resurrect myself with full mana when I die. Skady has that Snowstorm. If you, for some reason, got Skady in the soulforge, it was the last mythic you needed, and now you don't have enough stones to fully trade it, well, you can get the traitstone in the glory shop right now. Voice of Orpheus, cleanse all allies with matching yellow gems. Doesn't this guy have something? 50% chance to bless all allies with matching 4 or more gems. Alright, now we're into the legendaries. These 100% definitely use this stone and would be the first thing I would even look at if you were going to buy these stones from the glory shop to trait some troops. Like Divine Ishbala, the 40% start for Divine. Alright, Rain Man, we'll see you, dude. Chad says Grovanga, Tina, Suna, Skady. So that would be Tina. Tina's the best. Really good mythic. A tier, S, you know, pretty close. Was top 10 at one point. Might be just top 20 now, but really, really good. Tina. So we go Tina, Grovanga, Suna, Skady for Xbox. And Tina's an actually good one. So Tina and High King Irongut are definitely craft-worthy. Especially High King Irongut. Tina, if you're super saving for Ironhawk, you might still pass on Tina. Those are craftable as heck. Tina and High King Irongut. But yeah, this troop uses that stone that's in the glory shop right now, so make sure you have it fully traded. This guy has enchant a random ally on 4 or 5 gem match. She has conjure a lightstorm when my turn begins. He has a 25% chance to resurrect after death. Does he have something? Gain enchant when matching yellow gems. Bless a random ally in 4 or 5 gem match. So, let's say you're using the mid-level team for the Tower of Doom that I showed you, and you're going to use Vanya. You probably want to have her fully traded, just to get everything out of her that you can. Anybody else here? Do we have any, like, empowered converters? Faunessa's empowered. You won't use her very much, but it's nice to have when you need it. Lady of Bones is empowered. Inari's empowered. He has a 50% start. Stuff like that, you know. Mostly legendaries and mythics, but make sure you get them all fully traded. Divine Ishbala, for sure. Be one of the first things I would check. See if I had it fully traded. Alright, event key drop table is Drifting Sands. Is Drifting Sands any good? We're about to check it out. How's it going, Neem287? We got Drifting Sands. Do show all. Okay, so you got Kronos, you got Scaprio, you got Scorpius, you got Shabana Vespera. Those are the mythics, so there's 4 of them. None of them are jumping out at me like they're awesome or anything. Scorpius is really good with Urali. It's an oldie but a goodie that you can use quite a few spots, especially if you also use Bane of Mercy, I think. So it's Scorpius, Urali, Bane of Mercy with a weapon. Instant kills, poison them, curse them so they can be poisoned. You know? It's just good everywhere. It's an oldie but a goodie. I think that's the best way to explain it. It's not the best at any one thing, but it's really good in a lot of spots. But he's not a top 10, he's not a top 20. He's more like a Phoenicia or, you know, Guard's Avatar. He's like a really solid mythic, but you want to craft Iron Hawks, High King Iron Guts, Talk Shotguns, Pharaoh Caffrews, Arachnian Weavers first. Tinas. Chronos might be the next best thing. He does damage to all enemies, then converts blue gems to hourglass gems. Enchant all allies when I get an extra turn. Then you got Shabana Vespera. Some people really like her, some people don't. She's, like, divisive. Scoprio's horrible. Just single target damage with nothing else going on, really. Can't get Tapasarth, of course. You can't get Immortal. Scoprio, of course. Those don't come through event keys. Matra Sentinel doesn't come through event keys either. These are legendaries. Queen Beatrix doesn't. It's a underworld troop that you can get way easier other ways. Great Maul's kind of cool until you get High King Irongut. If somebody shows you a High King Irongut team and you really want to try it, you could throw this on there instead if you don't have High King Irongut. You can only do one Devour, but it's a 100% chance. Isn't based on your attack. You can put it in first slot, have a giant tank. Anything else? Drifting Sands. Dust Devil for your Ironhawk team. If you somehow missed it, like, I couldn't imagine a person that has Ironhawk but not Dust Devil, but that's what he's most known for now, is the Ironhawk team. So yeah, not a great one. You should probably keep saving event keys. The best thing from this place is something you don't even need to use event keys for. And then the mythics aren't awesome or anything. So you gotta keep saving for Adana, Zalkari, Zacian, Takshaka, Ferrocafru, stuff like that. Don't be messing around throwing event keys at Drifting Sands. You're just gonna end up getting Scoprio or something stupid. Okay, let's check the campaign. Archdruid Blackwood seemed to be able to travel over water like it was land, but we found a ship that could match his speed. Next, we headed to the Drifting Sands to summon an old foe, Kronos. He might be able to tell us how to send Blackwood back to his own time. We got Brown Slayer, Brawler, and Gold Digger. 3 things you probably don't even need to pay attention to at all. It'll just happen. We got Portrait, some Dragonite. If you bought the thing, you're going to get like 70 Dragonite. Nothing too special, though, just a Portrait. And we're getting Armor. Keep getting phone calls and crap. I might have to answer this one. Hold on. Alright, y'all, I'm sorry. It was the mailman. They got my key for my mailbox. He said he knocked on the door, but nobody answered. And he said that the TV was so loud that no wonder that I couldn't hear him knock and ring the doorbell. And I'm wondering if I'm the one that's being so loud. Am I the TV? I got my window closed. What if I'm the TV that's being so loud? That'd be funny. Now I'm the annoying person of the neighborhood. I do need a secretary. Jeez. Alright, anyway, so we're getting armor. I hope I'm not, like, screaming so loud people can hear me all the way outside. I should probably not be so loud. So what we're doing here, we did the campaign, we did the glory shop, we did the event key drop table, we did the traitstone. Time for... What else is going on this week, okay? So today, it's Drifting Sands week. You have a Drifting Sands Underspire. You have Drifting Sands Epic Trials. Make sure you do your XP booster, your adventure board, your dungeon. Your Tower of Doom. Hopefully you got scouts going through the Tower of Doom, telling you which rooms to go into. It's mostly what's going on today. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we have the Deep Hive. That's a good one. That's an easy one. That's if you want to do 500. It's one of the easier ones because you got Queen Beatrix there. So make sure you do that whether or not you have it on 500. I've been saying this a lot lately. I didn't used to say it, but I've heard rumblings of people saying, I got Deep Hive all the way done. Why would I do the Faction Assault? You should do everything all the time, every event all the time, no matter what. Even if you have it all the way done. You still get rewards from doing the Faction event. You still get... Every single room gives resources. Every single chest gives resources. You only have to go to level 90 to get all rewards, to get an orb, to get all kinds of other good stuff. I think that's a reason some people are missing certain resources. They don't do everything every day that they're supposed to do. Wednesday we have Barkley. No, that's right now. So Wednesday, I think it's Mini Mall. Mini Mall. Thursday we have Dervish. Dervish has a good class weapon, but it's not a great class. It has the dancing daggers. Friday we have Bounty. Bounty event. Which is not... oh, there it is. 3 days, 15 hours bounty. So just do your Tesla thing, your Stellarix thing, your Queen Beatrix thing, you know, with the 3 bounty troops with the bounty captain. Make sure you have the bounty captain fully ascended. We'll do it. We'll be here Friday for that. If you need advice or a guide or team. So yeah, we should be here Tuesday for the faction event. We should be here Friday for the bounty for sure. And then I'm not sure what we're doing. And yeah, so Tuesday we're here streaming. Friday we're here streaming. Wednesday and Thursday I'm not sure. Wednesday is EverQuest, so we're not here Wednesday for the pet rescue. Thursday I'm not sure what we're doing. We could do Marvel Puzzle Quest, or we could be doing the class trial. Gems of War. Alright, let's check out that Underspire. We got Drifting Sands. New neighbors, upon seeing Sinny move in, they let anyone move in here. He's so loud and his Kia is tacky, right? Alright, Trials. Let's see what we can do. Not Trials. I meant to do Underspire. And I'll put a chapter if people want to skip around. I got somewhat of... You know, I've been doing my best here with these chapters. They might not be perfect. And this laptop is horrible. I just need to get a new one. I think it'd be worth the investment at this point. It's slowing me down. A lot of stuff I do is on this thing. We could play better games and stuff. I wish, I need to buy one. They're not even that expensive anymore. It's not letting me, though, so, oh well, let's do it. Alright, so we have Drifting Sands as our restriction for the Underspire. Mr. Z says, I really hate having to keep checking the season goals in PvP to make sure I collect stuff when it's available, otherwise it blocks my progress. I know, that sucks. I've seen that from the beginning, like, that was going to be an annoying thing. Alright, I don't think this is going to be too bad, y'all. We got Queen Beatrix. We got Queen Beatrix. So that's probably going to be... I mean, you could do Tapasarth if you want. We could make a high-level team out of Tapasarth just so we have 3 teams. But it would probably look something like... We got Drifting Sands weapons. We could do Tapasarth just to... Because we know we're going to do Queen Beatrix with the other team, so let's try Tapasarth here. Boosted by yellow gems. We could do... These are all the weapons. We got Doomed Axe, Doomed Barrier, Dancing Daggers. Definitely want some mana generation. Tapasarth is a dragon boss from Drifting Sands. Probably this one. Because it does Drifting Sands. It's a start to our team. Abergonia. Monstrous Sentinel. Blue gems to Hourglass. That might be cool. Just for fun. Queen Beatrix, I think most people should do, but I'm just doing this for fun. Then we'll do Queen Beatrix. Alright, what else do we got? Any mana generating troops? Nothing too crazy. That'd be cool as a tank. Just thinking put up yellow and brown. This guy does yellow and jumbles the enemy team. This could be a bunch of yellow. That would only help Tapasarth, though. We need mana. We need mana. I don't see anything. Jin? He uses blue, I guess. Might be better than nothing. Might be better than nothing. I don't know. Maybe Shabana Vespera? It's gonna be like a crazy mythic team. Anyway, we're gonna count on this Emerald Baton to get everybody up on the team. Let's see what happens. Alright, what do we got a lot of? We got green, green, green. I'm gonna go with that. Banner. We know we got a lot of green. We got red, red. We got purple, purple. We got to go all in on this, I think. Let's look at that maze banner. So they fixed it. It's +2, +1, -1 again. Probably the best option, though. Well, we got 2 purple, so maybe not. Are we missing any color? Blue is only... We only got one thing that's blue. We got green, red, yellow, brown, purple, blue. We got all the colors. I think I'm going to go with Hunter's banner. Alright, this is a high-level team. Super high-level. It's got 3 mythics on it. But, most people should use Queen Beatrix. This is just for fun. Old Maze banner was nice. Is that the new neighbor kid trying to form a street gang? Maybe. Should probably not scream so much. I'll learn. Alright, let's blow up that board up. Let's blow that dang old board. Probably need to change my metals. Maybe put on a Nisha. Oh wow, you didn't get up? Okay. I think we need an Anu. Gold digger. Digging gold out of your nose. Gold digger. Underspire. Are you gonna let me type? I see you there. Thank you. That was the 139. I'm trying with these chapters. I hope somebody appreciates. the best I can do. Alright, let's do Anu Metal. And we gotta put on Nishas. Okay. Back to it. And everybody should get their lantern, no matter who you are. If the Underspire is open, you should be getting your lantern, even if you're not going to go to the first, second boss. Shout out to Tyrion Shark for that one. We were on our new account. We weren't even attempting the Underspire yet, and he was like, why don't you go get your free lantern? Like, might as well, even if you're not going to do it. I'm like, yeah, that's smart. And then I started doing it. Like, yep, good idea. Alright, we're so close. So this team this might work super deep too, because you're going to end up having Kronos and Shabana Vespera. You can then get back up top of Sarth. Let's do one more fight. Hey, thanks, Crow. Stuff like that helps, man. Alright, got brown and green. There it is. Boom. Kronos will enchant, so, like, you know how you don't have any potions during an Underspire? It's a way around that a little bit. You know how it's annoying sometimes when you're doing Underspire and you don't have, like, Explode or Enchant Potion and it takes a little bit longer? Like, almost every fight takes a little bit longer to get things up, especially with certain restrictions. Well, Kronos will enchant all allies when I get an extra turn, so hopefully he can do that for you, the Enchant Potion at least. Part of it. Here's one to try. Here's a super high level, just neat team that will still probably work. But yeah, man, I never stop. That's one thing. I'm consistent. You may not like it, but not you, but there's probably people out there like, man, I wish that guy would just quit. Sure. But yep, I'm still here. Pretty much every day. People not getting notifications and YouTube holding me down a little bit and just other creators like pretty much trying to bury my channel. Actively trying to bury my channel, hoping that I don't keep going. But you can always count on me being here every day, even if YouTube doesn't tell you I'm here. I should be here. Just go to my channel. Go to my channel at 10 a.m. every day. The only day I won't be here is probably Wednesday, or I'll let you know. If I'm not here, go check the community tab, and there should be something there saying why I'm not there. So I treat this like a thing. I try to do it every day at the same time. You know, I'm not always exactly on time. I say 9:30, but 10 a.m. would be super safe if you want to just check the channel every day at 10 a.m. EST. I should be here, and if I'm not, check the community tab, and I bet you there's a message. So you get something from me every single day. If you want it. Alright, let's try the Queen Beatrix. What are we going to do with Queen Beatrix? Probably the same, almost the same thing. Take those two off. We can't do this because we're doing mid-level, but if you're high-level, you could do Shabana Vespera. Throw a couple of those on. Mr. Z says par for the course. It looks like the devs fixed the bug that doubles burning marks right away. Meanwhile, it still gives you still get Cliffy errors. Uh-oh. And my chat just went down. So Emerald Baton, I guess. We're going to take a look at the weapon, make sure it's the best for Queen Beatrix. She's a Wild Folk Mystic from Drifting Sands. So this still does work for Drifting Sands, part of it. This one's for Monster. She's not a monster. And that's the same color, so definitely don't use Sharp Fang. Hopefully you have the Emerald Baton. Looks like the only good weapon for her. And then for the mid-level team, we can't use Mythics, but if I was a high-level person, I might throw Shamana Vespera on the bottom. Since I'm not, we're doing mid-level. There's not a lot of good options here. You'd probably be good, like, triple Beatrix. If you can't think of anything else, just do triple Beatrix, but maybe Jhin. Just to round the team out, get a different color. She can do something, maybe. Class, probably Archer is still fine. We're going to put green on the board. Beatrix uses green, our weapon uses green. That should be good. Banner, we got a lot of green and a decent amount of blue. Could do Ocularin. Alright, so this will be my mid-level team for Underspire. And you should be able to get all the way. I don't think this one will be too hard. Queen Beatrix is good. She has... Every single time she casts, she has that 40% chance to get an extra turn and half her mana back. And that's not even the best. Like, she puts green and brown up there, too, which she can get an extra turn from that as well. And she uses green, so she has a pretty high chance of getting an extra turn. It doesn't happen all the time. It's not as good as King Gobtruffle, but, it's pretty good. So I don't think you're going to have much trouble with the 7th boss. Oh, I think everybody can get this thing all the way done. Alright, pick highest level. We got level 15. We got level 13. So we go 15, because we gotta find the door. 95% of the time, highest level leads to the door. I've seen it happen where it doesn't, but it's very rare. Green and red. Green and red, please. Please. Down here. Get the baton. Got Beatrix. And we win. This might as well be the low-level team, I kind of want to say. I don't know if I'm going to be able to come up with something. See how we went right to the door? I don't know if I'm going to be able to come up with something for low level. Queen Beatrix is Underworld Legendary, so it's so borderline. It's right there, you know, between low and mid-level. It's easier to get than any other Legendary. It's probably easier to get than random epics. Like, if you needed a random epic, if you needed, like, Forest Guardian, even, or Forest Troll. If you needed Forest Troll, and you're opening random chests, it would take way longer and be way harder than going and getting a legendary Queen Beatrix in the Underworld. You can make that happen in a couple days, where Forest Troll, you could just keep opening keys and not get it, and it's a lower rarity. I can try, but... if you're low level, man, go get Queen Beatrix. I would say don't do Underspire. Here's the advice if you're low level, and you're like, hey, you said you were going to make a low level team with no mythics, no legendaries. What's going on here? Queen Beatrix is legendary. I would say, okay, here's what you should do. Don't do the Underspire. Go do City of Thieves instead 3 times a day on level 20. Save up Chaos Shards, and go get Queen Beatrix. If you don't have Queen Beatrix, then getting Queen Beatrix is way more important than doing the Underspire. So that's the situation. I don't think you should be even doing it if you don't have Queen Beatrix. But Sand Runner might be your best bet if you want to, like, do City of Thieves and get started on the Underspire, and then as you get Queen Beatrix, you're still doing a little bit of the Underspire. This would probably be your best bet. And I would just, you could do Trihorn as well. It's kind of similar. But Sandrunner starts with 75% mana, so probably just double up on it. You might be able to do the Troll now that we need a bunch of yellow. The Desert Troll, maybe. Instead of Jhin. I'd still put Baton up top. Something like that. Baton is used for every single team, so it's in the soulforge. it's there. You can get it. You could do Dancing Daggers or Doomed Axe. Dancing Daggers wouldn't be horrible, but there's just no mana generation. Like, the main mana generation is via the Emerald Baton, and if you take the Emerald Baton off and put the Dancing Daggers on, now you're going to have trouble getting mana. So that's why you don't use Dancing Daggers. Alright, banner would be brown, and then whatever mana generation... we could do green. Brown, green minus blue looks good. Maybe even green brown. Do we have green brown? Not really, because we don't want to minus red. So rat banner. Archer, you might want to switch to Titan. And that'd be my low-level team right there. And I don't think anybody should ever do this team, but just to help as many people as I can, I would say please don't do the Underspire. Go do City of Thieves and get your Queen Beatrix. You see how it starts with 75% mana? You could match one yellow and get it up. We don't have yellow, though. Only 6 up there. Here we go. Maybe you hate Queen Beatrix. When an enemy dies, it enrages itself, but I don't know if he's going to be in first slot, so... I guess he could be. Then the Desert Troll, I don't know. So that's a low-level team, just to show one. What are benefits of doing Underspire? You get guaranteed orbs. So normally when you like do a guild event and you get a chaos orb or a major chaos orb as your like final reward, like you're hoping when you pop that major orb that you get a glory orb or a minion orb or something like that, right? So doing the Underspire is guaranteed like major orb of glory. The silver one, the bronze one, you have guaranteed like really good orbs that you don't have to like pop and have RNG go off for you to get them. There's minion orbs too. There's Dragonite. Underspire has so many, like in every fight you do gives you resources. And then every boss that you kill has good resources, like Imperial Deeds and Writs, Epic Vault Keys. You got the orange, regular orange orb. You got the big gold knocker orb. That's really hard to get. If you pop like a major orb of chaos, it's like a 1% chance, but it's guaranteed in the Underspire, and you can double it. So if you use a lantern, you can double your loot. So you should do your lantern on like a dragon boss. Normally, people will do it on the 6th one because that's the one that gives you the big major orb of glory that's super awesome that gold elites mythics. So then you use your lantern on that boss and you get 2 of them. 2 1% chances, guaranteed. I think it's even less than 1%, really. It's like, but that's the benefit of doing Underspire. It's mostly for gold eliting mythics. But there's other good loot in there too, like the Imperial Deeds and the Writs and the Epic Vault Key and the other orbs and Dragonite. It's definitely something like on my new account, I didn't do it immediately as soon as it was available because I still had so much other things that I needed to do that were going on, like Kingdom quests I still had to do, class quests I still had to do, making sure I was staying in a guild. Like, Underspire is a solo thing for your account. It doesn't have anything to do with your guild or, you know, so you kind of have to make sure you got everything done and under control before you start the Underspire, because it does cost some gems if you want to get it to full completion. You got to buy torches every day and whatnot, so it starts to cost you gems if you're doing it right. But you don't have to. You can go to the 4th boss, you can go to the 2nd boss, you can double the 2nd boss's loot or the 1st boss's loot or the 4th boss's loot. Just, you know, grab your free lantern. That's the bare minimum. Grab your free lantern. There's no reason not to do that. You got to fight one fight. And that's it. and then you can grab your free lantern. Next best thing is just doing your free battles with your free torches. Get to like at least the second boss. Next best thing is to go to the fourth boss. You spend like, you can almost make it to the fourth boss for free. But you might have to buy like a little bit of torches, but it doesn't cost very much. You're going to spend like 200 gems or 100 gems or 150 gems to get to the fourth boss, who has that silver orb. It's nice. Then there's people that are clearing the entire thing, going to the 7th boss, doubling the 6th boss, getting 2 big gold glory orbs, getting Dragonite, getting minion orbs, getting the silver, all the orbs required to Gold Elite a Mythic. They're getting all 3 of them once a week. So they can Gold Elite a Mythic every single week if they want to. For a month. But yeah, and then there's the people that do the whole thing, and then they clear out the entire thing every dead end looking for Sentinels, which Sentinels don't really give you anything. It's just like a rare troop that's, you know, you go into a dead end, and it's something to do in the dead ends. They put chests in the dead ends, and then you fight a Sentinel, and you have a chance to get the Sentinel if you get really lucky. And there's 6 Sentinels, 1 of each color, and it's basically the Underspire. Yeah, I timestamped the Underspire. I didn't get more detailed than that, though. Alright, Epic Trials. Last thing. We got Great Maul. That's a good start. Bahir. Bakr the Wise. And Sand Shark. It's kind of devoury. Got Desert Worm over here. He's gonna hit your last slot. Scrabby. Sand Runner. Sand Scuttler. Alright, so the enemy team isn't too scary. It's just a bunch of damage dealers that they have no way to mana generate, so they're gonna take a while to even get up. If you can devour with... You're gonna devour with the Great Maul, right? This can be devoured. That can be devoured. Everything on their team can be devoured, so... You might even wait till Sand Scuttler casts and then devour it, but I don't know if I would want to wait that long, because it's super blocked. It's never going to get up. So Great Maul, devour with Great Maul. Now you have a giant tank with a lot of attack, and you can take skulls. Bahir does triple damage to dragons. Do they have any dragons? Got a monster, a monster, a monster, and a monster, so no. If the enemy is a monster, entangle them. So every time you shoot Bahir, you will entangle. So I would shoot the first enemy with Bahir. Fakr the Wise, you want to cast this on probably your Great Maul and hope for attack. But you could also cast it on Bahir and hope for magic, but it's going to be a random skill. So he's kind of like, just for... He's a summon. Summon a Drifting Sands troop. So if you happen to lose a troop, you could summon. But you could also just try to cast him a bunch of times on one of your slots and build up some stats too. This one deals double skull damage versus monsters. But is the Great Maul better if it devours? Like, we gotta take... Okay, if Great Maul devours this, it has 121 attack. And we already have 70, so we're gonna get 191 attack. If this does double damage, it only does 134. So I think you're better off with the Great Maul in first slot. But hey, if it goes down, then this thing will do double skull damage to every enemy. That's probably why I have it in second slot. Sand Shark, 59 damage to a random enemy. There's a 25% chance to devour them. So, you know, 25% chance, pretty low. So I think I got it in the right order. I think it saves the order you had it in the last time, too. So this isn't too scary. You're going to devour with the Great Maul. You're going to boost your stats with Fakr, or use them as a summon in case you lose something. And then Bahir, chip them down. If you lose your Great Maul, you have double skull damage. I don't think it's going to be super fast, but it seems pretty safe. Depends on if your Sand Shark devours or not, how slow or fast it's going to go. But let's get up that Great Maw for sure. We want yellow and brown. We don't have any. So, I guess we take this blue. Alright, there's some yellow. Yellow and brown, we just got to get up. If we get the Great Maw up, we probably win. Alright, there it is. So, who do we want to devour? I would say the thing with the most attack. But they all have similar attack. So, what thing is going to be the most annoying then? I don't think anything is that annoying. Probably just do sand. This dude. Alright, so now we have 230 attack. We just gained a bunch of life and armor. So we shouldn't die. And we can hit really hard with skulls. So next up, I don't know. Maybe make some attempts with your Sand Shark. There's some of that skull damage. I don't see anything. Maybe some brown and yellow. But let's do this. Got him. Heck yeah, 25% chance, baby. So we can get yellow and yellow. Got skulls. And let's cast Fokker on this and hope that we get attack. It's a 75% chance we get something that we can actually use, right? So if we get attack, that's great. If we get armor, that's fine. If we get HP, that's fine. But if we get magic, then we wasted. But, I mean, you could cast on him, but it's the same thing. If you hit magic, that's great. If you hit, you know, I think the best strat would be to hit Great Maw, because 75% chance you get something you actually need. If you hit this guy, like, you're looking just for magic, pretty much, because he's not even in first slot. It doesn't matter if he has more armor or HP or attack. So, I think the safest thing to do would be cast the Fokker the Wise on the Great Maw. Should gain some HP there. Let's try to get up our Sand Shark, I guess. Red and brown. Got skulls. Bang. Some chip damage. Can entangle, so now they can't do anything to us. He can cast a spell, make the fight more annoying, but he's not gonna. He's entangled, and he has no. Can't even attack us with this spell. He's gonna cast that spell once, and then he can do nothing. And then if we keep him entangled, he can really do nothing. So he just made the fight slightly longer, is all he just did. I guess I'll cast this on the Great Maw. We got HP again. Purple. Red. Got this. He can't cast that again, so now it's just a matter of time. And we win, so that looks pretty easy. You're going to have a giant tank with a lot of attack, pretty much guaranteed. Just get up your Great Maw. If somehow that giant tank with a lot, goes down, then you can summon with Fokker. Or you can use your Bahir for a minute to do double skull damage if you want. And then if your Sand Shark devours, the fight will go faster. If it doesn't devour, I think you'll still win. It'll just go slower. Not very complicated. It's always worth buying these because it's a cheaper pet. And it's a pet you need for Drifting Sands. It's one of the tent poles of the pets that you'll need fully ascended. So, faction pet, this pet, Wednesday pet, bang, you got 3 pets. Alright, that's everything. I think we're going to get out of here unless you guys have any questions. I can try to catch up in the chat a little bit if the laptop will let me. I don't think I missed anything, right? Venture board. You always want to do it anyway, but there's deeds here. And Imperial deed. Got gems over here. Glory's always good. Loading. XP booster. Complete a delve. That gives me a reason to go do a delve. I don't have all mine done yet. I'm really close, but I would definitely do that. Just so you guys know. That's the first thing I look at. I look at this. It says complete a delve. I would go down and I would actually do one. So I would go to here. I'm working on this one. I'm on 420. You know, I would complete it real quick. I'd just run straight across. Bang. And then dungeon we can try. Do this every day. I got a trap. So, I think that's everything. Tomorrow we'll have faction event, Deep Hive. It's a pretty easy one. Hopefully you can get it to 500, but I don't always guarantee... Yeah, I don't always, like, recommend it on a Tuesday. It's pretty tough, but let me know if you do get it all the way done on a Tuesday. That'd be cool. Wednesday, EverQuest. Thursday, up in the air. I'll let you know. Could be Marvel Puzzle Quest. Could be Gems of War. Friday, hey, and I might do a stream for EverQuest on Wednesday, so we might still be streaming, just maybe not the game you want to see. But check in on the channel every day at 10 a.m. I should be here, or check the community tab. If I'm not live, check the community tab, or it's Wednesday. I forgot to put a chapter for Epic Trials. Let me guess. But put your questions up there, comments, any last words. We did not hit the 25 today. It's okay. That's I just mentioned it for the first time, so we'll get there one of these days. Epic Trials, we'll say the 2-hour mark, maybe. Probably a little bit sooner, but get you close. All right. So I'm looking at the chat now. Classic says, "Oh hell yeah, stream." So since I did it last week and it went well, I'm more likely to do it this week, you know? Plus, it's not that bad with, like, a new character, like a level freaking 10 Shadow Knight to, like, go find something to do. It's like when you're level 50-something and you're trying to find a camp that you haven't shown yet or whatever. And then there's people at the camp, or you can't find a group, or your buddies across the world, and you fire up a stream and now you're just looking for a teleport or looking for a camp, like... That's when it's hard to stream, but when you're streaming, like, lower-level characters, you can almost always find, like, something to do. Go to freaking Oasis or, you know, your starting zone. You can find something to do on a low-level character, and then you can interact with the chat and stuff. So I might do that. Pretty high chance I'll just... Unless me and Trey, like, do a session tonight or tomorrow night, maybe, and I have something to show y'all. But otherwise, I'll just stream, because it's easy. Sometimes it's easy. Right now it's easy. No problem, Crow. Thanks for being here. No problem, Mark. Thanks for being here. No problem, Chad. Juan, thank you so much. T-Bird says, I had my Wild Queen squad on there. I probably should read your earlier chats. Did you understand the benefits of doing the Underspire, Crow? Almost everything in the game there are benefits to doing, except for Treasure Hunt, I feel. Arena would be next. So Treasure Hunt's the worst thing you could be doing in the game. Arena would be next, but it makes you better at the game, and it does have some rewards that are okay. It's just like the time invested versus the resources you get out of it aren't very good. So that'd be the second worst thing you could probably be doing is Arena. If you have, like, a million other things you could be doing. Like, if you're done with everything for the day and you're playing Arena, that's cool, because you're probably getting better at the game. But Treasure Hunt's almost worthless. Arena is a waste of time unless you have everything done for the day. Explorer 12 is pretty useless these days because, or any kind of Explorer outside of a Vault event, because the majority of my medals that I got were from offers on my new account, and I didn't need to do Explorer. So I think Explorer is kind of a waste of time these days. But everything else, pretty much everything else you should just be doing. You should do your 3 delves a day. You should do Underspire. You should do epic trials, unless you have it done. Like, I have epic trials done, so there's no reason for me to, like, do it again. Because it gives the same pet. I already have that pet fully ascended. It doesn't give you anything else. There's no reason for me to do epic trials. The only reason I did it today on stream was to show and help people that don't have it done. But PvP's the grindable right now, so if you're done with everything, you should be playing PvP. Getting that VP, getting that progress, getting those gold marks, burning chests, immortals, you know, books, pets. PvP's the grindable right now. So if you're done with everything for the day, you did your XP booster, you did your adventure board, you did your dungeon, you used all your sigils in the Tower of Doom, you used all your torches in the Underspire, you did your epic trials, you're done with that too. You know, you did your 3 delves, you went and did City of Thieves, or maybe you're working on some other delve. If you're done with everything for the day, then go do PvP. Do your Citadel Wars, do your monoliths, you know, get your buff, go grind some VP. That's usually the gameplay loop for in-game players, at least. Like, beginners, they have other stuff they gotta tackle, like their kingdom quests, their class quests. They might have to do a little bit of Explorer to open all of Explorer up, you know. But once you get all your questing done, it becomes pretty much the same for everybody. But like I was saying earlier, my new account didn't play Underspire at all. I think I just started at the very end, starting to do it at the very end. And I was level, what, like, I forget. I was super high level, like 900 or 1,000, because levels are crazy these days with all the XP boosters and stuff. Death Knight armor with XP booster, man, you could be level 1,000 and really actually be, like, level 400. But you should do everything every day, all the time that you can. Underspire should be done every week to full completion if you can. Epic Trials should all be done from every kingdom. Alright? Tower of Doom, you should do all your sigils. PvP, you should do your Citadel Wars and your monoliths and all that. T-Bird says I've got to go through your PvP update because that's completely changed from when I played a few years ago. Lots to look at and figure out, it seems. Yeah, it's different now. Definitely different now. I did just put a video out, though, called PvP Refresher / PvP Team Roasting, so that'll give you exactly what you're looking for. Go check out my newest pre-recorded video. I put it out, I think, Sunday night. Last Sunday night. I think. It's like a week ago, I put out a PvP refresher. Pre-record. It's pretty long, though, unfortunately. I meant to, like, cut it down and edit, but I didn't. So, I know it's long. But the beginning part is the refresher part. The other... Most of it, 75% of it, is PvP team roasting. So, if you're smart, like, the smart people that will actually click on a video no matter how long it is, they'll get a lot out of it. Because, like, the first 15 minutes is the refresher. And then, like, the rest of it, the other 35 minutes is PvP team roasting. So, all you gotta do is watch the first, like, 10-15 minutes to get refreshed. Where is Harpy in Underworld? It's Stone Song Eerie. You started watching it the other day? Treasure hunts were enjoyable, but yeah. It's fun, I know. I used to play it too, but... It does get boring after you play it for a while. You get bored of it, and then it's boring, and it's not worth doing, right? So, treasure hunt is fun, but eventually you're going to get bored of it, and then it's boring and worthless. To some people, it's fun and worthless, but eventually you can get bored of it. I would just play a different game if I was going to play treasure hunt. That's what I always say. Mr. Z does E12 for medals. I feel like there's so many orbs in the game right now, and so many offers in the game right now. You don't need to, but it doesn't hurt. If you got PvP done, if you're grinded up, if you got the whole season pass done, if you got epic trials done, if you got Underspire done, if you got everything done, then go Explore 12 is fine. But I feel like you don't need it anymore. Like it'll help you get stuff faster. Like you could go to Elite Mythics faster, I guess. But like, which ones do you need? Like, what? Like, for what? For Suna? for Shabana Vespera, like, I feel like you get enough to do all the good mythics. You can do one whole mythic just through Underspire every week. And then there's enough offers for medals, I feel, to get your globals at least. And then it's like, how many mythics and legendaries do you really need to gold elite? And is it really helping you? Unless you're just trying to hurry up and get them all gold elited, I guess. Like, the pacing of, like, getting one a week is probably just fine. Like, do High King Irongut, and then do Scourge of Honor, and then do Stellarix, and then do... Like, you don't need to get every single mythic gold deleted as fast as possible. And once you have your globals, and you're able to do Underspire, you really don't need to do Explore 12 anymore. My new account got its global strictly from offers, and my main account gold elites mythic strictly from Underspire. You got a few queens, but no forest troll? Uh-oh. Crow says, now we just need anyone to be the Puzzle Quest 3 streamer. Very underserved. And it's weird, man. You think people would want somebody to be streaming it, but nobody was watching, so... Except for people that already watch. There was a couple. And we definitely got subscribers. I can't be mad at it. It was nice. I just was hoping. I already knew. I knew it wasn't gonna, like, be crazy good. And there wasn't gonna be tons of people. But I was just kind of hoping for their community that they would want a streamer or somebody doing videos. But they seem to not care. They just play the game with their fingers in their ears going la 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 la. Or they think they already know everything. They don't care that other people start the game and are beginners and need advice. So they're not going to support the streamer or the person making videos for it because they already think they know everything. So they don't want their community to get better and bigger and more people to know things and for their people in their kingdom to be better. They don't care. They would rather not watch and act like they already know everything. I guess. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. Why there's, like, no Puzzle Quest 3 streamers. And then, like, when one pops up for... You know, I was there for a minute, too. I wasn't like I popped up for 1 week and was gone. Like, it was like 6 weeks. That's plenty of time for people to realize somebody's streaming it. But it is what it is. They don't want it. I think that's everything, unless you guys have something that I missed. T-Bird says farming traitstones for the last trait on Finesse at the moment. Yeah, that's a thing. When you're low level, you might need to go farm traitstones and explore. Like I said, sometimes beginners have to do it. But Finesse is almost worth like an orb. Orbs are almost always like a good rebuttal to farming explore. Like, you might as well just use an orb on Finesse. I mean... Get enough of them. If you're doing everything right, you should get enough orbs for an important troop to be able to... Like, you're not going to orb every troop that you get. But if you have an important troop, like the Mirage Queen, and you don't have the traitstone, to use an orb on her when you're going to use her every day for a 50% start for Rowan, or... It's worth using an orb on, like, the Mirage Queen. It's worth using an orb on the Queen Beatrix, you know? Like, they're really good. Instead of going and, like, wasting time hunting down the traitstone through Explore, if you have an orb, it's a good investment. For kingdom upgrades, 20 gold medals per kingdom is a lot. That's true, but what are you getting out of it? You're doing a lot of work for not very much benefit. I'm just trying to help, man. Like, if you want to keep it doing Explore, I'd rather, like, see you grind PvP or something, but... Like, what's the... You know, like, what's the bonus you're hoping for by gold eliting so many troops? You trying to get everything on power 30? There's probably other things you need in between, too. Like, hopefully you got everything. First of all, you got to do a certain level. So hopefully you have enough deeds and Imperial deeds and books and everything to... I don't know what level it tells you to go to. I've only got like one on... I only got a couple on 30, 20s. Like, White Helm, I think, is 30, 20 for me. Sucks it don't tell you, like, it won't let you go back and see what the old ones are. Like, what it had me do to get to this point. I'm sure it's out there on the internet, but... Like, are we getting a 1 HP? Are we getting 1 armor? Are we gonna grind explore for hours and hours and hours and hope for the right token? To then gold elite a mythic that probably isn't that great? To then get plus 1 HP? Woo! You gotta get like a bunch of other stuff too. You gotta make sure you have enough pets and mythics and kingdom power, kingdom level, and just to get that kingdom power that is gonna give you like 1 HP. Woo! If you make it all the way. Like, that doesn't excite me to like spend hours and hours grinding something when I could just wait. I could just do Underspire. I could just do Underspire for a month and go get that. I could get 4. I could do 4 of them from whatever kingdom I was feeling like I needed to get the power up in. 4 mythics. I could do every single mythic from the kingdom if I just did Underspire. With orbs instead of tokens. And tokens like cost more too, don't they? They like cost like souls or something too. Got this one on 2030. Zalkari. I'm just like, hey. I do it my way. I do it my way. I got Darkstone on 20. Zalkari on 20. You know? Sword's Edge on 20. Pride Lands on 20. Drifting Sands on 20 if I didn't say that. Got White Helm 2030'd. I got Zalkari 2030'd. I think I got Darkstone 2030'd. Yep. I mean, I do things my own way, and then I try to give advice on how to do things. I just think you're bashing, you're like using a spoon to dig a hole to China. You're using a spoon to dig a hole to China, and I don't like when people have to do that. It's like, who cares if we have Leonis Empire on whatever, you know? I'm gonna get extra armor. Woo! Party! Let me go grind explore for 1,000,000 years so I can get a little bit of extra armor. Party time. And even if you add everything else up here, like, it's not even that great. Not to say you shouldn't do kingdom level and power. You definitely should, especially for Magic Kingdoms. But I wouldn't, like, dig a hole to China with a spoon just to get, you know, Leonis Empire to whatever power. No, 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 no. 20 gold medals per kingdom is a lot. Chad says we have a Puzzle Quest 3 Kingdom T-Birds. If you're interested in joining, you could take a look. But between this and DAOC, it keeps me busy. Crow says Puzzle Quest 3 problem is game overwhelms and there are no guides. Cycle of failure. Yeah, and there's way more people playing Gems of War. And Puzzle Quest 3 is newer. And it's not even, like, it's a good game. But, you know, you got freaking 6 people streaming Gems of War. And Gems of War has way more people. Like, you're right, it's like a circle of failure. Somebody starts streaming Puzzle Quest 3, nobody supports them, so they stop streaming it. Imagine if there was 6 people streaming Puzzle Quest 3. Everybody would, when they start the game and they're so overwhelmed to get over that hump, they would watch a streamer. You know, it's way harder to, like, type stuff out to people and ask questions to your guild or to a Discord or whatever. It's way easier to just pop on a live stream and ask questions to a person that's further in than you. So all they had to do was support the one guy trying to do it, or anybody else. Like when Tacit tried to do Puzzle Quest 3, if they would have supported him or whoever. It doesn't have to be me. But you're right, it's like a cycle of failure. The people that already know what they're doing don't take the time out of their day to support the streamer, so they keep streaming. So now the beginners come in, they get overwhelmed, and half of them don't even keep going. They quit. They're like, this is too confusing, I'm out of here. I wish there was a streamer or something I could pop on and ask some questions to, but there's not, because people don't support the streamers and they just stop streaming. So now the game has hundreds of people playing instead of thousands. And Gems of War is crushing Puzzle Quest 3 into the dirt. And it's maybe it's because there's more people streaming it, easier to ask questions, easier to get over that hump, instead of just like you see a big brick wall of you don't know what to do. And so you're like, screw this game, I'm out of here. So it's their own fault. They're pretty much, you know, touching the hot stove or whatever, throwing the baby out with the bathwater, cutting their nose off to spite their face. It's their own. Puzzle Quest 3, it's their own fault. You can la 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 with your fingers in your ear, act like you know how to play, but who cares about you? You're already playing. It's everybody else that's trying to play it that needs help. And if nobody helps them, then they're gonna quit. And then it's just gonna be you there with your fingers in your ear going la la la, and you're the only one that's gonna be playing. Because you didn't support the guy that was trying to help everybody else. Doesn't even matter if you need the help or not. You should have supported the person trying to help other people. You know, it's like giving money to the police department, even though, let's say, you never need the police. It's nice to know they're there. It's nice to know the streamer's there in case a beginner wants to ask the question. That way you don't have to ask the question. Or you don't have to answer the question. You don't have to be present 24/7 to answer questions from beginners for Puzzle Quest 3. Let the other guy do it. That's what the police are there for. That's what the fire department's there for. That's what the ambulance is there for. You may not need them every single day. You might be fine. You might have your own home defense shotgun that you never need a policeman. But what about the guy who doesn't? You know, that's why you give money to the police so they can be there if somebody needs them. That's why you give money to streamers so they can be there if somebody needs them. Then keep the game going, keep more people playing, get more new players in that stay because there's somebody to ask questions to. When you don't support your streamers, then you just got people firing up the game, getting overwhelmed, and quitting. And it's not just like the beginners should come on and give money to the streamer. It's like everybody, not that anybody should, but I'm just saying like the police metaphor. Like we all give a little bit to the police or the fire department and the ambulance, so when people need them, that they're there. So why not we all give something to the streamers and the people trying to help people play the game? That way they're there for when new people come through, and so we have more people playing the game. So then they make more content for the game. Maybe the devs like put out a freaking expansion or something crazy because there's more people. Like it's not totally not beneficial to you just because you know everything about the game. Like you're making the community bigger by supporting the streamers and stuff. But people are so selfish these days that they don't care. I'm playing Puzzle Quest 3, la la la, I'm gonna watch farts while I play. No. Yeah, and vault keys give orbs. Vault keys give everything, man. Vault keys give everything. They'll give you the gems to buy the tokens. They'll give you the orbs to replace the tokens. They'll give you glory that you can turn into gold or gems or troops or keys. That's why the vault event's the best, because it can give you everything. If you play the vault event, if you play the game properly, I'm just saying, you don't have to grind Explore 12. If you play the game properly. You don't have to gold farm, you don't have to soul farm, you don't have to metal farm, you don't have to traitstone farm. You don't have to farm at all if you play the game properly and you do the vault event. And you just farm the vault event. That's the only thing you have to farm. This is the vault event. Maybe PvP. The only two things in the game you have to farm these days. Used to be you had to farm gold, you had to farm souls, you had to farm traitstones, you had to farm class experience. There's so many different things, but it's all like combined into one thing now. We're in the future. Some people are living in the past and they're still farming like specific little things when they could just do more vault event, or they could just do PvP farming or something. Like, you don't need to gold farm if you're playing right. You don't need to soul farm if you're playing right. The people that gold and soul farm are playing the game wrong, and they need to just play it right, which isn't that hard. You just do the vault event super hard, and you do every event that pops up every day, and that's it. It's easy. It's not easy, but you can come ask questions too. Like, on top of that, there's 16 different streamers you can ask a question to. Deeds are no longer a problem. You get like 4 a week from PvP. He says, I agree with you. I grind E12 while I'm watching a movie or something via muscle memory. Nice. Crow says, do you see how overwhelming Gems of War is? But Sinnycool explains it and helps us enjoy the game. Yep. Way easier to watch a stream, yeah, than to, like, bother somebody with some text that they may or may not answer, and then other people see it, and, you know, that's the guy not watching a stream and not supporting the community, so why would he go out of his way to answer your questions? Yeah. Are vault key rewards based on level? I don't get many gems. Well, IT taxes viewers with ads, that's true. Puzzle Quest 3 could sponsor me. I think I talked too much crap about those devs. Alright, T-Birds. We'll see ya. Thanks for being here. Gems are just like a rare reward, kinda. So, like, if you open a vault key, you have a chance at getting gems off of Cedric, mostly. So, when you see when you get a Cedric card, like, when you do a vault key and you get Cedric, like, that was where your gems should have been, but you got the picture of Cedric instead. Another copy of Cedric, or you got a tarot card, or you got a whatever. So gems are just like a rarer drop. Like the treasure gnomes can drop gems too. So it's treasure gnomes and Cedric, I think, are the ones that drop the gems. And those are the ones in the vault key. So you got treasure gnome and Cedric in the vault keys. So every time you open a vault key, you have a chance at getting gems. But it's like a lower chance. Like a epic vault key, you can get up to 900 gems. If you get lucky, you can get 900 gems off of Cedric. But it being based on your level, like, of course you want to do it on the hardest setting, which my new account was doing the hardest setting pretty quickly. So you have hard, you got challenging, you got normal, and easy. So you should never be on easy no matter who you are. Like, my new account was doing challenging. Like, it's not hard at all. Like, normal's not hard, challenging's not hard. Yeah. I think for like 1 week I was doing challenging. And then I jumped up to hard. Because all you gotta do is either boost your Rowan to the moon, or use King Gobtruffle, or use Queen Beatrix, or Beatrix Venoxia, or something like that, and you'll be fine. So yeah, if you want, you get 120% rewards instead of 110, instead of 100%. So everybody in the game should be on hard eventually, but if you're super low level, it's not that bad to do like challenging or normal to start with. But you should get up to hard as soon as possible. It doesn't make that big of a difference. Like if you were going to get 100 gems, you get 80 or something instead. But the gem drops are pretty rare. Like Cedric wants to show you a dirty picture of himself like 7 times out of 10. But 1 time out of 10 will give you a gem drop, you know? And then, like, the treasure gnome will give you some gems sometimes, too. Neophyte! What team on new account? So, for my Vault Key opening team on my new account, at first I was doing Rowan. So I was doing Golden Cog, Clockwork Sphinx, Rowan, and Mirage Queen or something like that. Or Leprechaun if you don't have the Mirage Queen yet. Then once I got Queen Beatrix and Venoxia, I switched to Queen Beatrix Venoxia. So I was using like Mountain Crusher, Queen Beatrix, Venoxia, Leprechaun. Eventually it's like towards the end of my new account playthrough when I was jumping to Queen Beatrix instead of Rowan for like dungeon and vault keys. I would still do Rowan for City of Thieves. I would still do Rowan for like Adventure Board. But towards the end of my new account playthrough, I started doing Queen Beatrix for dungeon and vault keys. Brian Walker! Big, bad, fast, and furious Brian Walker. I'm playing the game wrong, yeah. Neophyte. Alright, y'all, I gotta go. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below. Shout out to Anita, Chad, and Mark for the train business today. It helps a ton. Support your policemen, support your firemen, support your ambulance. Just because maybe you don't need advice, there's other people out there that need advice, and it helps me to keep going and to keep giving that advice. And it keeps the community going. It keeps the devs going. It keeps the game going so you can keep playing the game. So, You know, everybody should be thanking Anita, Chad, and Mark alongside of me, because they're helping to keep me streaming, which is helping to keep the game going, which is helping to, you know, keep more players playing, and all that good stuff. Alright. Thanks for joining me today, Brian, Crow, Chad, Neophyte, T-Birds. We got Chad, we got Mr. Z, we got Crow, T-Birds, Chad, Classic EverQuest. Mrs. Insane Witch was here today. Anita, Mark, Neem287, at least I think that's how you say it. We got Rain Man, we got Classic, we got T-Birds, we got MJK Jets. Just being here helps support me, by the way. Like, it's a free stream. I'm not saying everybody has to pay. I'm just saying it helps. Alright, y'all. We'll see you. Have a good one. My chat won't go back any further. But I'll see you tomorrow morning. Same time, same place, same channel. Peace out.